Travel Max and wannabe Travel James. We're on the beach. We finally made it to the beach, and to my utter surprise, it's actually, I thought it was going to be more like Thailand with bars all down the beach, but as you can see, there's fuck all here. And this is, I booked this place as a resort on here because it's meant to be called the Party Beach in Candlem, and Go has been a bit of a surprise for me. Maybe it's because I haven't found the right area. Admittedly, I didn't book it online, didn't really do any research. But my friends always go on about Go and how full of hippies it is, amazing it is, and I haven't seen a single hippie, I haven't seen a single European here. And I'm just questioning whether I've come to the right part of Goa to see what everyone else keeps going on about. So yesterday's drive, we drove all the way here, and one team had an accident. We were coming down the hill, and we knew where they had an accident. We almost had one ourselves, where you were coming down the hill, and then it's a really steep bend on a really steep hill, and it's quite easy to misjudge it. And so I almost took out a woman, anchored the brakes on, and only just made the corner. We're like, oh, that was close. Now we're on our way down the hill. What can I tell you about where we've just been? Not a lot. It's in the clouds. It's quite cold. I had to put my jacket and jeans on. My driving skills saw us round the corner because I'm a driving legend. So it's okay.
Brilliant driving, man.
Thanks. Nailed it. So tonight, because we've got a day off tomorrow, James decided to have a couple of Bacardi breezes, and that's why he's now sitting here wearing fuck all and I'm fully dressed. You know, it's
just for the record, I had 4 blackcurrant Bacardi breezes.
You went overboard.
And then I had at least 1 Mocha Rebel. However, there was lots of Mocha Rebels because we had it down and we were in the Kiwis and they were playing silly buckets.
They played a drinking game where they had to drink alcohol apparently, and lost James on the first instance.
But they drink alcohol. They didn't drink alcohol, they nailed alcohol. So the Kiwis got a little bit excited. Brilliant night, one of the best nights I've had. I've got to know them a lot better, and
you dance like a twat.
That's standard. But
I tried
when you put the twat scale on, there's Indian dancing and there's my dancing. Where does the Indian dancing line up with my twat?
The Indian dancing was quite amusing. It's a reverse of English dancing. You go to
it's like a homoerotic dance floor.
You go to English dancing and you have 100 women all dancing, and then maybe 2 guys dancing on the outside, maybe trying to edge their way in. Here you have 100 guys dancing,
and they're holding each other, they're touching each other.
James jumps in the middle, standard, and then maybe a couple of girls on the outskirts, and I just sat there shaking my head thinking, what? Like, I thought I came here to play for money, not to play for men. Whatever floats your boat.
Look, we were turning light bulbs off and we were turning light bulbs on. Off.
Fun night. So we might not have won on the money, but Jamie won on the money. Oh yeah, and then
I nearly got arrested again.
Nearly got shot. Literally leaving the casino, decided to get an argument with a man with a gun, a rifle. Sorry, not a gun. And then decided to sit on what looked like a chair, but it turned out to be a polystyrene dice, and fell through it. And then had security all around him, and then we had to try and make a quick getaway, but then had to order a taxi from them to get the quick getaway. So our getaway was orchestrated by themselves to get away from themselves, and then we woke up a whole hotel by singing and dancing in the hallways before we made another quick getaway to our own hotel 4 kilometres down the road on the beach. I have no idea where we are, down by the coast somewhere, and empty beaches, as far as you can see that way, So once again we've decided to steer clear of the highways because the highways are just a pain in the ass. They go from great roads to terrible roads, back to more really terrible roads, and sometimes back to good roads. And you're just dodging buses and trucks, and it's just endlessly boring really, there's not a lot to look at. So the Google Maps, at least you can plot some way down by the off-road, and the roads are typically so much better off the highway, and it's just a lot lovelier. So we've found a side road, runs alongside the beach, get to stop, wave at locals. People are far more, well, they seem to be quite nicer the closer they are to the sea, don't they? So yeah, definitely recommend doing that. Get off the highways as much as possible.
A lot more peaceful, a lot more real India, isn't it?
Yeah. Only one potential accident today when our tuk-tuk broke down due to no fuel again. Not that we ran out of fuel, just because the fuel's not feeding the pipe. So I blew into the fuel hose, petrol came out the top of the tank, and literally I doused myself head to toe in petrol. Not the smartest move I've ever done.
I couldn't find that match quick enough.
Yeah. Thankfully no one was smoking a cigarette behind me, but lesson learned there, don't blow into a fuel hose with the fuel cap off, because you just get petrol all over yourself. I had to wash my hair, my eyes, everything. It's horrible. Remember to enjoy yourself. Number one rule. Easy to forget sometimes to enjoy yourself when you're on holiday and you're stressing about driving. Forget about it, you're on holiday, you're not in the office. It's always good.